Fox Sports.
We are Fox Sports. We are LA.
Tough go last night for the Halos here at O.Co Coliseum. The Angels dropping game one of this three-game set by the final of 9-5. Today, they look to bounce back in game number 2. Hi, everybody from inside the Coliseum. We welcome you back to Angels Baseball here on Fox Sports West, along with Mark Gubas. I'm Victor Rojas. So glad you could join us. Tonight, we've got a fantastic pitching matchup. Interesting to say the least, because Tommy Milone, the starter for the Oakland Athletics, has pitched very well here in this home ballpark. Tyler Skaggs, on the other hand, has pitched well on the road.
Yeah, Victor, you're exactly right. This is going to be a lot of fun. It's home versus road when you think about ERA. Both in the ones as far as ERA in their respective spots. Well, on the road for Tyler Skaggs, he's trying to find that consistency for him. His two-seam fastball is going to be so important tonight when he's throwing it well. 92 to 96, good swing and miss breakable, good changeup too. Mentioned Tommy Malone's been very good. Similar type of pitcher to Tyler Skaggs, but more on the fastball. And that's why he's been so successful on the road. And when you think about what he did, down in Houston, very good, and up in Toronto when he almost shut them out and went into the 9th inning in that ball game. So Tyler Skaggs can throw the ball well, can challenge upstairs with his fastball too. Look for it to be a very, very good pitching matchup tonight with a battle of lefties.
Now, one thing of note, Mike Trout was originally scheduled to start today at DH. He's a late scratch with upper back stiffness. We're just about ready for baseball here in Oakland, so sit back and relax. We're going to bring you the lineups and the first pitch when we return. Game 2 of this three-game set between the Halos and the Oakland Athletics. Angels trying to bounce back after a 9-5 loss last night. Before the game, they honored the 1974 world champion Oakland Athletics, and a lot of the old-timers here. And they played some unbelievable baseball in the early 70s. Not only did they win 3 straight world championships, 3 straight World Series MVPs.
Oh, that was a lot of fun to watch the guys out here today, and even watch those games back in the day.
All 3 of those guys right there, Gene Tennis, Reggie Jackson, Raleigh Figures, throwing out the ceremonial first pitch tonight as the Oakland A's, donning their gold alternate jerseys, have taken the field. We'll take a look at Mike Scioscia's starting 9 for the Halos, who find themselves in second place behind the A's, 2.5 games back at the start of the day with a 30-24 record. It's Eric Ibar leading things off at short. Grant Green gets a start in left field and batting second. Albert Pujols at first, David Freese at third, Howie Kendrick at second. C.J. Cron gets a starting nod at DH with Trout out of the lineup. Chris Iannetta is doing the catching. Cole Calhoun in right, and Colin Cowgill rounding out that starting 9. He will patrol center field as they take on the 27-year-old left-hander native of Saugus, California, by the name of Tommy Milone.
Tommy Milone fastball is 85 to 89. There was a cut fastball, curveball, changeup. But the keys against Tommy Milone to be successful, don't chase off the plate. That means the cut fastball off the plate for right-handed batters and the changeups away, and then take away that changeup. Don't swing it if it's off the plate. Bring it to the middle of the plate. Then you got a chance to hit the ball out of the ballpark.
Defensively for the Oakland Athletics behind Malone tonight, you have Cespedes, Gentry, and Reddick from left to right. The infield consists of Donaldson, Lowry, Punto, and Blanks from third to first. Norris back behind the plate.
And Nick Punto at second base. You have to Major Ligger to play over 300 games at second base, shortstop, and third base. Very versatile, high-energy guy. Could turn a very good double play at second base also.
What you're saying is that he's been around.
He's been around, and he's been around a lot of different positions for the baseball team.
Orange County product. Spent the last couple of years with the Dodgers. In his first season here with the Oakland A's, he gets a starting nod at second base. And no Brandon Moss today. Remember, Moss was scratched after the second at-bat. He hurt his calf, or he felt some tightness in his calf running out the glove for Josh Reddick between innings, and he was taken out of the game for Kyle Blanks. And Moss not in the lineup today. We'll see if he's in there tomorrow. Eric Ibar ready to lead things off. Leadoff man in last night's contest ended up going 1 for 5 as he swings at the first one, bounces it foul. And it is no balls and 1 strike. 272 batting average for Eric. 4 home runs, 29 runs batted in. He was robbed of a potential extra base hit in the 5th inning. Donaldson making a terrific diving catch to his right. 0-1 on the way. He shows bunt, takes down low. Evens up the count at 1 ball, 1 strike. Fantastic crowd here. They gave away a Catfish Hunter bobblehead. They were lined up when we got here, but 4 o'clock, 3:30, 4 o'clock. Huge lines outside. Expected about 30,000, just north of that. As Ibar lines one to left, the Angels get their leadoff man on board.
Well, you mentioned Catfish Hunter. You talk about a guy that gave you a lot of innings, quality innings, but threw a ton of strikes and worked extremely fast. The way the changeup, it's a changeup, but it's in the middle part of the plate. And if you don't chase that changeup off the outside corner as a right-handed batter, you can see that baseball very well.
Grant Green, the former Oakland Athletic, getting booed here at the Coliseum. The minute you take off that gold and green.
Yes.
Former first-round pick by Oakland. Grant last night 1 for 4, had a double himself down the left field line. He takes down Staves. Like Malone was looking in where that pitch was at. It's Brian Knight tonight calling the balls and strikes. Fielding Colbreth over at first base. He's the crew chief. Seth Buckminster at second. Jim Reynolds over at third, the umpiring crew. Leadoff single for Eric Ibar, and a good lead for Eric. Foul back. And as Jose pointed out in the pregame show, the Angels just 3 stolen bases this year against left-handed pitching.
And Malone's got a good move, too. He's got 8 career pickoffs, including 6 back in 2012. Has not allowed a stolen base yet this year.
Malone's 1-1. Inside, an off-speed pitch.
And Malone doesn't have much of a leg kick either, so a lot of times with a left-handed pitcher, if you guess right, and go on first movement, you have a chance. But when you have a slide step, that's what we saw with Cliff Lee. Makes it difficult to steal against him.
Reverse splits this year, too, for Malone. As far as the offense is concerned, lefties hitting .262 against some righties, .217. Green fouls it off. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. This is his 5th start here at home. And as Mark pointed out in the opening of the broadcast, very, very good numbers here. He takes advantage of the spacious Coliseum.
Especially against those right-handed batters, too. You mentioned that, Victor, because of his changeup is so effective off the outside corner, utilizing his foul territory here.
Second start of the year for Malone against the Angels. Green chops from the left side. Donaldson goes to second base. Low throw. Puto can't handle it. It'll be a tough play. It was going to be a bang-bang play.
Surprised he went that route, Donaldson, especially with Ibar's speed. And Grant Green had a tough time getting out of the batter's box as he's jammed and off balance. Maybe a break early on here for the Halos. Donaldson coming in, and he's got to be off balance on the throw. It's going to be a close play regardless.
First baseman.
Punto unable to scoop it.
So Albert will bat here with a couple of men on. Green reaching on the fielder's choice. Donaldson actually getting charged with an error. That's a tough error. Donaldson, that's his 9th. Albert last night went 0 for 4. His batting average now to .257. 14 home runs, 32 runs batted in. Albert 1 for 13 since he homered Monday afternoon's game. And he'll look at his strike. And before the next pitch, we'll take a look at our Hyundai Key to the Game.
Speaking of being up here in Oakland, MC Hammer, here comes the hammer. Perfect time for Albert Pujols to do some damage. 2 on, no outs. See if the Angels can do to the A's what the A's did to the Angels last night with some early runs, some crooked numbers in the first inning with 1 swing for Pujols.
These situations for Albert this year have not been good to him. Lines this one out to right field. Reddick will play it on a hop. Ibar will be stopped at third base. They try to force out Grant Green at second base.
You never take your time getting to a base with Reddick out in the outfield. That strong throwing arm he has.
Good piece of hitting going the other way, and with Reddick out there, you're not sure if that ball is going to be caught or not, so you have to be very tentative there. That's why Ibar gets stopped at third base. So the base is loaded for David Freese now.
Oakland had bases loaded in the first inning last night. When I was talking to Mike Soch before the game, I asked him, I said the baseball was carrying pretty well, but he thought the ball that Freese hit last night should have went out, the one that Reddick ran down.
Yeah.
291 career hitter with the bases loaded. Difficult sun out in right field right now for Reddick, though.
David Freese looks at a strike on the inside corner. David last night 0 for 2, a couple of walks for him. .210 average, a couple of home runs, 14 RBIs. These situations have not been very kind to the Angels. The bases loaded types this year. 6 for 36, that's what the Angels are. The bases loaded in 2014. Oh, 1 pitch. And a swing. And a foul at the plate, 0-2. Last night, Oakland loaded the bases in the first inning. Brandon Moss, a grand slam off Garrett Richards. Oakland scoring 5 runs in that first inning, sending 11 men to the plate. First 3 have reached here for the Halos. Nobody out. Kendrick on deck. Coming back inside. Now this is in off the plate.
Malone has hit 4 batters, so on occasion when he overthrows that cut fastball, it's a little bit too much. He'll get a right-handed batter. One-two pitch. A swing and a miss. 1 down. With their cutter in, there's a changeup down and away.
So 1 out, bases still loaded. Howie Kendrick at the plate.
Howie, a .435 career hitter against Malone. 10 for 23, including 2 home runs.
Howie takes up an in. 2 for 4 game last night for Howie. 2-run home run. It was his 3rd of the year. 291 average. 24 runs batted in. And Howie pops it out. Nick Punto drifting out. Call an infield fly rule. 1 out for Cardinals, 2 outs. Again, these have been the situations that have hampered the Angels all season long. And it'll be up to C.J. Crow, the DH, with 2 outs.
And you have to be patient. Bring him into the middle of the plate. Malone doesn't have overpowering stuff. But if he chases changeup or chases cut fastball off the inside corner, he's going to get some easy outs like he has here with the bases loaded.
These instances are probably when you look for an off-speed pitch that's up as opposed to a grooved fastball.
You can certainly drive that ball with right field, regardless of the arm strengths of these outfielders for Oakland. You're going to get the job done if you hit a fly ball deep enough here.
Breaking ball in for a strike. Crone originally not in the lineup, but with Trout being scratched, becomes the DH. Trout originally was supposed to be the designated hitter tonight. CJ had a double last night with a couple of runs batted in. 1 for 4 night. 319 overall average. 1 ball, 1 strike. Now with 1 swing of the bat, C.J. Cron can make everything right in the world. That's all it takes is 1 guy to pick you up, right?
That's why you have those teammates to pick you up.
This is sharply hit to short. Easy play for Lowry. And they force out outer pool. So the Angels, a golden opportunity. Wasted. Bases loaded, no out situation. They score none. At the bottom of the 1st, scoreless. Even at the top of the 1st inning leaves them loaded. We'll check out Bob Melvin starting 9 for the Oakland Athletics, sitting atop the American League West with a 33-22 record. We'll have Craig Gentry leading things off in center, Jet Lowry in short, Josh Donaldson at 3rd base, Yoenis Cespedes in left field, Derek Norris the catcher, Alberto Callasco the DH tonight, Kyle Blanks gets it started first, Josh Reddick and right, Nick Punto at 2nd base as they take on Tyler Skaggs. Gave up 5 runs, only 2 earned in that start against Seattle. Had a little snowball action, much like Garrett did last night. but settled down, looking for his 5th win.
Yeah, he's been very good one game, so-so the next. He's due for that very good game, 4-2 mark. Great ERA on the road, 1.80. The keys, though, for Tyler Skaggs here tonight, stay away from those predictable counts. A lot of fastball counts last night, and the A's are successful, and some zeros early on, especially important now for Tyler Skaggs to be able to put a 0 up after that first inning in which the Angels failed to score with a bases loaded, no out situation. So huge for Tyler to do that now to stop that momentum for Oakland.
Craig Gentry will lead things off, acquired in the offseason trade with the Texas Rangers. Exchange for outfielder Michael Choice. Very good speed, a guy much like Coco Chris, you want to keep off the bases. 261 average, a couple of runs batted in. And Tyler's first one tonight is in for a strike. Good fastball. That start against Seattle. 7 innings, 5 runs, 2 earned, 8 strikeouts, 2 walks, allowed 7 hits, ended up taking the loss. He had that Memorial Day start against Chris Young. 1 ball, 1 strike. Limited action for Gentry so far this year. Started the season on the disabled list. Lower back strain. This being his 40th game. Pulls this one down the line, foul. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Last year hit 280, a couple of home runs, 22 runs batted in for Texas. Skaggs trying to return the favor here. Put the A's down scoreless in the bottom of the first. As that one misses away off speed pitch or something.
Yeah, that's his curveball. That's the one he wants to throw extra hard. Overthrew that one. When he's trying to throw his curveball for a strike, you're going to see that one around 72 to 74 range. That's the swing and miss one that slipped out of his hand.
Jed Lowry, shortstop, is on deck. 2-2 on the way. Foul tipped, hung on to by Chris Ionnet, and there's out number 1. Defensively for the Angels behind Tyler Skaggs, you have Grant Green in left field. Colin Cowgill is in center. Cole Calhoun in right. The infield consists of David Freese, Eric Ibar, Howie Kendrick, and Albert Pujols from third to first. Chris Ionnet, the aforementioned Chris, is behind the plate. And
Cowgill getting to start out in center field, his 4th start this season. So important for him. He's played a number of games in right field, a few in left, but because of this spacious outfield here, and Grant Green, not a lot of experience in left, we'll have to do some more covering to some outfield grass here today.
Lowry takes a little bit high. Switch hitting shortstop had a 1-for-4 game last night. 241 batting average, 3 home runs, and 20 runs batted in so far. And it's 2 balls, no strikes. This one down the line, foul. Mike Gallego.
He's always had those good hands.
He had the Freddie Patek mold.
His son played at UCLA,
yeah,
too.
The talent with a 2-ball, 1-strike count. 2-2. I think Skaggs, it's been 2 batters, but looks a little more deliberate with his windup. A little in slow motion.
Yeah, he's trying to slow down, especially over the rubber when he brings his leg up. He's maintained balance. He felt he was getting out in front a little bit too much, especially early on in his last game.
Tyler's one of those guys that between pitches, he takes a long time getting his sign. And a lot of times you'll see hitters, even with nobody on base, ask for timeout. 2-2. Downstairs, a full count. Donaldson on deck. unlike last night, need Tyler Skaggs to kind of establish that inside part of the plate, especially for a guy like Lowry, even Donaldson especially, as this one's fouled back.
And you have to almost make Donaldson uncomfortable. He's hitting the ball too well the other way. A home run to right center, a home run to center, and almost hit another one out the right center field. That means he's looking out over the plate. And as a pitcher, you don't want a hitter to look out over the plate. You want to make aware of something inside to open up the outer part of the plate.
Right. If he's looking out over the plate, then that's when you need to,
no question,
come inside and move his feet. Another 3-2 on the way. And that is ball 4. Well, I don't know if that crossed up Iannetta, but kind of caught that one awkwardly. So 1 out walk puts a man on for Donaldson. Donaldson last night had a big game, 3 for 4, 2 home runs, 4 runs batted in. 285 batting average, 15 home runs now, 45 RBIs. Also has 12 doubles. First home run went over the wall in right field. Second out to straightaway center. No balls, 1 strike. Halos had an opportunity in the first inning. Bases loaded, no out situation. Free struck out. Kendrick popped to second, and Crone rolled into a fielder's choice. The 0-1. And it's those type of swings as a pitcher. You sit there, all right, well, if he's going to hack like that, you kind of need to disrupt that comfort zone.
Yeah, I mean, he's probably right now he's looking for another breaking ball down. You could throw that, you could bounce it. At some point during this at bat, or even maybe your next at bat against Donaldson, you have to throw one at least at the belt or up at the letters inside to make him uncomfortable.
Yeah, it looked like Chris wanted fastball in and then went to a breaking ball. And we talk at times, especially with pitchers, young pitchers, that there are those moments that even though they want that breaking ball, they know who's at the plate. And even though they're ahead of the count, they want to try to make the perfect pitch, because the last thing they want to do is make a mistake. And it looked like on that last pitch.
Yeah, he really shortened up on his throwing motion on that curveball.
Yeah. Lowry with a 1-out walk stands at first as Donaldson fouls it off.
Yeah, so much we talk about is repeating your mechanics. That pitch, the second pitch he threw to Donaldson, a very good breaking ball. Exact same mechanics, exact same spot.
Hey, you want the same pitch.
Yes.
You're not trying to throw a better pitch.
You don't need to. That was a very good pitch he threw because you got ahead 0-1. Now, he might not swing at that if he's ahead 1-0, Donaldson, but you got ahead 1-0, you can afford to throw that exact same pitch.
Gentry struck out to start the bottom of the first, and Lowry with the walk, and now a 1-2 count on Josh Donaldson. Cespedes on deck. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And now I guess logic would dictate you're probably out of that breaking ball mode right now, because he's seen 2 of them.
He's tracked them out of the strike zone rather easily. I still think right now I'm going that 2-seam fastball right in the outside corner at the knees. Get a double play ball.
And a swing and a miss. Down goes Donaldson.
Great location, exact same pitch we thought he might throw, because he's tracking a breaking ball, thinking that's what he's going to go with. Good fastball. And setting up away, some late little movement. Unable to make contact from Donaldson.
So 2 outs and a man at first, and here's Cespedes. Had an 0 for 5 game last night. Oakland racked out 11 hits. The Angels had 7 in the loss. pops this one up. Right side of the infield, Howie Kendrick and Albert Pujols. Albert makes the catch. And that'll do it for the Oakland Athletics here in the first. Couple of strikeouts and a walk for Tyler Skaggs. We'll head to the second, scoreless.
Chris Iannetta coming to the plate. His first 21 games, batting average .214, but his last 13 has been hot with the bat in .324. So Chris Iannetta starting to drive the ball and get some extra base hits along the line, getting that fastball and hitting it well to right center field.
Bottom third of the order due up for the Halos here. Iannetta, Calhoun, and Cowgill face Tommy Malone at 1 strikeout. 2 hits allowed in the first inning. Chris swings to the first pitch, hooks one down to the left field line, and that'll fall in for a base hit, barehanded by Cespedes. Chris will stop. A long single for him. Heck of a play by Cespedes.
I think Chris saw us talk about him in that Lowe's Never Stop Improving. It's another base hit.
Never satisfied, is he?
No. He wants to continue on. Hit that ball well down the left field line, but Cespedes with that great arm cuts it off with the bare hand. Plants and throws, even though it's offline, it was still a firm throw to keep Chris Iannetta at first base.
So a man on, third hit allowed by Malone. And here's Cole Calhoun getting the start. It's a left-handed pitcher. Cole came in late yesterday as a pinch hitter, ended up striking out. Start out in right field, hitting .214, 3 home runs, 6 runs batted in. And he'll look at the strike. Cole, of course, good numbers last year against left-handed pitching. Had quite gotten it going this year before the injury, and of course he's been limited since coming back. One breaking ball missed inside. 2 balls and a strike.
Good sign from Calhoun. He wasn't giving up that inside part of the play till he stayed right there, tracked it. Didn't bail out. A lot of times you'll see that with a left-handed batter doesn't get a lot of playing time against lefty pitchers. He stayed right in on it.
340 average last season against left-handed pitching. And by the way, speaking of left-handed hitters,
Josh Hamilton in his second rehab game for Salt Lake. This one's fouled back. 2 balls, 2 strikes. He singled his first at bat. 5 for 9 through his last 2 games.
I believe he's going to be up here before we know it.
Pardon me, 5 for 9 through the rehab games. This being today's 3rd. Played 1 game, then had to be shut down with that bone bruise. Do have a right-hander going tomorrow in Sonny Gray.
And what, they're in Albuquerque right now?
I believe so.
It's not too far away.
Stone's throw.
Yes. Or a Cespedes throw from left field away.
This is looped out to shallow left field. Cespedes coming on. He'll play it on the hop.
He's refusing to use a glove anymore.
I mean, it's a beautiful lime green glove. I mean, it's fantastic fluorescence on there, but
twice now.
He's avoiding it. Maybe he's not broken in yet.
It's all for show right now, the glove.
Batting in the 9th position, center fielder, number 7, Colin Cowgill.
One hopper? Yeah. Use the glove.
It's all cute until one of those hops over your hand.
Yes. Then a couple runs could score a potential on that one.
So a couple of more base runners here, the second. Colin Cowgill now at the plate. Cowgill yesterday ended up going 0 for 2. Replaced by Calhoun. .271 batting average now for Colin. Donaldson playing in, as is Blanks at first base.
It looked like Cowgill even thought about squaring around the bunt.
This one pulled past Donaldson into left field. Being waved around is Chris Iannetta. Here comes Cespedes' throw to the plate, and Iannetta is out. Now they're going to check on that one, because you wonder if the foot touched the plate before Norris.
Because it looked like Norris had the glove there and then brought the glove back as the foot may have touched the plate first.
Norris clearly gave Iannetta the path. And Mike Scioscia talking with Brian Knight. I'm sure Dino Evil is on the phone right now. They're trying to figure this one out.
Because he reached the glove out first, it looked like. The ball was plenty of time. Beats him. Unless he missed him on that, I think he got him. And is the path clear, though?
Yeah,
that's the thing. There's no clear path necessarily there.
Yeah.
That is going to be the question mark. Because his foot's there, and there's no clear path at that point. Now, he's got that plate blocked. There's no path to the plate before the ball was there.
All right, so
here we go. This might be one of the first we've seen so far.
From a replay standpoint, the tag looks like it was applied.
Yes.
Now the question is he asking for an umpire's discretion or a crew chief's discretion to look at whether or not there was a pathway to the plate? When it happened in real time, it looked like he did, but the replay, maybe he didn't. Now begins the question. Define that path. Because Mike had a pretty long conversation with Brian Knight, and it's Fielding Colbert, the crew chief, who came down. And this is a crew chief review on whether or not
the path was clear.
The path was clear. The collision rule, if you will.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a crew chief review on the ruling collision at home plate.
There's a good look at the new rule instituted for 2014. They will not only look at the path, but also look at the call. So they will review it all.
Yeah, this will be really interesting. Again, it looked like Norris had his foot completely covering the base. So a lot of times in that scenario, that's when you're going to see the runner try to force contact with the catcher. And that's what you're trying to avoid now with this new rule, is allow that path to be clear for at least the back part of the plate to slide in on.
Now, the ruling, The catcher cannot block the pathway of the runner attempting to score unless he has possession of the ball.
Well, he's already has the foot blocking before he has possession of the ball.
If the catcher blocks the runner before he has the ball, then the umpire may call the runner safe. I mean, that's those are the rules. And I see what you're saying there. That left foot is clearly in front of the plate.
The whole plate. I mean, do we agree with that rule? Up for interpretation, but there's no real path at that point. And then he's trying to move the foot away at that when the glove is there, but that's already been blocked.
The call on the field is out. And he's still out. And now Mike's going to get a...
he wants to know an explanation behind it because of all the conferences they had before the season, and he got what he wanted to hear.
The ruling on the field is confirmed. So there's no violation of that new rule. So nice play by Cespedes on the throw home.
And we talked about his arm strength. All three outfielders here today for Oakland, including Gentry in center.
So the Angels tonight have 2 hits with men in scoring position and have not scored a run. Pujols had a base hit in the first inning. Calgill picks one up here in the second. First and second, 1 out, and Eric Ibar at the plate. Calhoun, the base runner at second base. Calgill at first. Eric had a base hit in the first inning, so he's 1 for 1 as he looks at a strike. Grant Green on deck. Down and in.
Well, and then you wonder if Gary DiSarcina was aggressive because of what he saw in the first inning, in which bases loaded, no outs, no runs scored. Do you force Cespedes or one of the outfielders to make a perfect throw? Sometimes you do that because of the fact you haven't been successful with the bases loaded this entire season.
Ibar fouls it off to the right. In the hole now at a ball and 2 strikes. That's a valid point. The Angels went 0 for 3 in the first inning with the bases loaded. Now it's 6 for 39 on the season. And of those 6 hits, the Angels have just 1 extra base hit.
So you're more apt as a third base coach to be a little more aggressive in those situations, even with an arm like Cespedes out in left field.
Halos with 5 hits already in this game. 3 straight to start the second. Now the 1-2 offering. Ibar chases the high fastball. Malone picks up a second strikeout. 2 down.
Well, again, Malone doesn't try to throw anything really middle part of the plate. He wants to get you to chase, whether it's up and out of the strike zone or in the dirt. 2 former college teammates at SC, Grant Green and Tommy Malone.
Grant reached on the fielder's choice in the first inning. Runner still at first and second. Malone's been pitching from the stretch pretty much since the start of the game. An off-speed pitch for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike on Grant Green. A very well-paced ball game so far. Only 33 pitches thrown by Malone. It seems like he's about 133 base runners that he's had on board. 1-2.
Well, now here the Angels will take a little flare into the outfield at this point.
Now the 1-2 offering. Green takes inside. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Pretty good take by Grant Green. That's a cut fastball. Or setting up off the plate, and it is a ball. A lot of times you'll see him come right back with a changeup away after a cut fastball in.
This one's lined just beyond the reach of Lowry. Calhoun's going to be waved in. Here comes a throw from Cespedes again, and again the Angels get a base runner thrown out at the plate. 2 bullet strikes by Yoenis Cespedes, and the Angels again get nothing out of this second inning. Go ahead to the bottom of the second. Still scoreless.
Ram trucks. Yoenis Cespedes, perfect throw. It's Iannetta. Norris with the foot blocking the plate. Interpretation that it was still a path for the runner. And then Cole Calhoun slides at the plate on the base hit by Grant Green. Again, perfect throw from Cespedes to Norris. Path clear enough, in the umpire's opinion, to be able to get both men at the plate in 1 inning.
I think I can understand the first one with Iannetta because there was the back part of the plate. That last one, it looked like he had blocked the plate, meaning he was standing in front of the plate before the ball got to him. But I guess it all depends on the definition of the umpires. If he's standing in front of the plate, and yet there's a space between the 2 feet, does that constitute a pathway?
Yeah. I mean, we went to that meeting and listened to that discussion. It's tough for the umpires there. I mean,
you got to have the baseball to block the plate.
There's really not a whole lot of clear path. He's able to move his leg out of the way in the last second. That's all by design, so he doesn't have his shin guards rammed into by the slide from Calhoun.
0-1 to Norris, and they're 0-2. I was going to say, regardless of whatever Norris did or didn't do based on the umpires or the ruling. Two incredible throws by Yoenis Cespedes. And maybe the bare handing of the baseball is just warming up the hand.
We said it. These outfield arms for Oakland, there's really not many opportunities to take an extra base against them.
1 ball, 2 strikes. And the interesting thing about that last base runner being thrown out to the plate, that it came with Albert Pujols on deck. A lot of times you see a base runner stopped in those type of situations. But Albert himself has had, I mentioned the Angels struggles with bases loaded. Albert has really struggled as an Angel. Just 3 hits in 3 years with the bases loaded.
So you're more apt as a third base coach to be possibly over aggressive.
Breaking ball got him looking on the outside corner. Norris barking a little bit at Brian Knight. 1 down. 3rd strikeout for Tyler.
Well, it certainly looked like it got a lot of the plate from here.
Batting in the 6th position.
No question.
Designated hitter, number 18, Alberto Callaspo.
You know what, though? You go back, as we were talking about in the first inning about moving the feet. That breaking ball set up by that fastball in on Norris.
Got some oohs and ahs here at the stadium on that fastball off the plate. But that's how you get the outer part of the plate.
Callaspo pulls one to freeze, 2 down.
You know what? This already has been a very interesting game here. And what I've seen so far from Tyler Skaggs, realizing the importance so far for him to put up some zeros early on, especially with these missed opportunities and some great throws from Yoenis Cespedes.
Kyle Blanks looks at a strike. First baseman tonight for Oakland. Came in for Moss last night. Ended up going 1 for 2. 313 average with a home run and 1 RBI. Just acquired in the trade with the San Diego Padres. One ball, 2 strikes. Dennis Eckersley looking for his seat, apparently. Looks lonely. I mean, that looks like a sad little man right there. Breaking ball missed down low. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
By him are hoping doesn't sit in front of him. That's for sure. That would be an obstructive view, more than likely.
Eckersley looking for La Russa, apparently.
Rick Honeycutt setting him up.
Tony told me to come down this way.
This is where the bullpens used to be at one point.
That's pretty creepy looking. 2-2. Down and away, full count. Josh Reddick on deck. 3-2 on the way. And that's foul tipped into the mitt. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for Tyler Skaggs. 4th strikeout of the game. 2 complete. Still scoreless. Coming up later in the game, we'll bring you the AT&T fan photo of the game. Tweet us a photo using hashtag WestFanPhoto. It could be used in an upcoming broadcast. Pujols, Freese, and Kendrick for the Angels here in the third. As always, a lot of Angel fans here at the Coliseum. Scattered about today.
Yes.
Hey, how about
a home run, by the way? Enough of the singles.
Yeah.
Score that way.
Yeah. 6 singles.
Avoid those throws from Cespedes.
No runs. Albert takes a strike. Albert had one of those singles. Punched one to right field in the first inning. And that was with a man in scoring position, but Ibar really couldn't do anything. Neither could Green. The ball was hit hard and one-hop Josh Reddick. Set up a bases loaded no-out situation, and Malone retired the next 3. Halos 3 for 7 with men in scoring position tonight. Foul back, 1-2.
Oh, good play by a fan. Brought his glove.
Albert hits one back up the middle. Punto is there. 1 out.
Now batting, number 6, David Freese.
David Freese, a strikeout victim in the first. The first out with that bases loaded situation. Really pitched him in the first couple of pitches to get ahead of him. That first inning at bat, and they go off speed. First pitch here.
Yeah, you'll see that from Malone. Those cut fastball in against right-handed, especially right-handed power threats, and then change up away.
Little nubber foul. 1 ball, 1 strike. Malone last year, 28 games, 26 starts, 12-9 record, a 4.14 ERA. Originally in the Washington Nationals organization. 10th round pick in 2008 by the Nats. And was part of that Gio Gonzalez trade. And Freese skies one to left. He would show me something if he made the catch barehanded.
Just thinking that.
Yeah. But he flips it in underhanded, though. I like it.
Saving that arm.
Hey, fans, the Angels take on the White Sox on Friday at 7:05. Fans in attendance will receive a Jared Weaver Gnome, courtesy of Farmer John, while supplies last. Purchase tickets today at the Angels Stadium ticket office or by logging on at angels.com. So Tommy Malone has retired the first 2 batters to start an inning for the first time tonight.
There's Weaver on the hill tomorrow afternoon. A great pitching matchup tomorrow. Sonny Gray versus Jared Weaver.
Now he popped out his first time up. 0 for 1. Certainly not as breezy as it was last night, nor as cool. Sun came out early here in the Bay Area today. Very pleasant night on this Saturday night. Odd, too, that we're playing a Saturday night game. I can't recall the last time we played a Saturday night game here.
And everybody I talked to today, whether at the ballpark or in San Francisco, is saying the same thing. We're playing many night games, period, at this ballpark.
Howie, the 3-0 hack out to right field. Reddick makes the catch, and the Angels go down in order for the first time tonight. We'll head to the bottom of the inning. Still scoreless here at the Coliseum. no score. Tonight's game is being powered by Energy Upgrade California. Manage energy and help California stay golden. Visit energyupgradeca.org. Oh, the beautiful Golden Gate Bridge. Alcatraz.
Saw Alcatraz today. It was down by the wharf. Fisherman's Wharf. It's clear.
Yeah.
Still far enough away, and I'm good with that.
Did you make it up to the Alcatraz gift shop? Buy yourself one of those pinstripe pajamas?
No.
No?
Maybe next time.
His and hers, bro.
Yeah, man.
Get it done.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Maybe for Halloween.
No question.
Reddick, Punto, and Gentry here in the third against Tyler Skaggs. 4 strikeouts, 1 walk. First pitch swinging is Josh Reddick. Eric Ibard into the outfield grass, calls everybody off. 1 away.
And you're getting some first pitch swinging because Skaggs has thrown first pitch strikes. He's faced 8 batters, 7 first pitch strikes.
Batting in the ninth position, second baseman, number 1, Nick Punto.
Nick Punto, clearly a Bruno Mars fan.
Yeah.
Steps to the plate with 1 out, nobody on. .239 average with a home run and 8 runs batted in. And to start tonight at second base. And he will look at a strike.
And what would be your walk-up song?
Whoa. Man, that's a great question. There's so many good songs to come into. I don't know. I have to think about it. Did you have one?
Yeah.
One your entire career?
Yes.
What was it?
Bring It On Home by Led Zeppelin.
Good call. Foul ball. Snowball is 2 strikes.
Didn't necessarily always bring it on home, but at least I made it out to the mound.
0-2 on the way. Breaking ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
It's a good miss, though, from Skaggs. Still looking for an appeal down to first base umpire, fielding Colbreth, but did not get the request. You're thinking about your song, aren't you?
No, I'm thinking about back in the day, like even when you were playing, really that song came out and it was just for pitchers. You never really heard it for hitters.
No.
I was trying to think back at like when did that really just become a trend where now everybody has a walk-up song as an offensive player.
Yeah, you really didn't see many of them at all.
Yeah.
Only when like somebody would come out of a game or a pinch hitter would come in.
Yeah.
Just to try to get the crowd going at home.
2-2 to Punto. Just inside a full count. Matter of fact, the only walk-up song I remember from my youth in Kansas City was Mark Laytell's "Thank God I'm a Country Boy" by John Denver. That was his, whenever he came into the game to close it out, that was the song that they always played. And because I had to sing it in like 3rd grade or something like that. Punto shoots one foul down the right field line, tailing toward the seats.
I recall that was big in Baltimore, too. They played that song all the time at the old Memorial Stadium, yes.
I think they still do, like in the 8th inning or something like that.
I think so.
Had to have been a minor league thing, right? Where the hitters started requesting certain songs.
I think so. Just to try to get fans out to the minor league games. Although they've done a great job as far as promoting minor league baseball. They've drawn some big crowds in the last few seasons.
Another payoff pitch to Punto. He fouls it off to the right again. 1 out here in the 3rd, scoreless. Top of the order, and Craig Gentry on deck. Punto draws the walk. Second issued by Skaggs. Puts a man on for Gentry.
seen over the years with Gentry, especially when a runner's on first base and the first baseman has to hold the runner, that he'll try to push a bunt down the first base line. So Skaggs got to be aware of that also.
Strikeout victim in the first. Punto off to a big lead already at first base. There's a strike. He certainly has not been afraid to throw that fastball in on right-handers tonight. .40 pitches thrown by Skaggs. 24 have been strikes. Punto has 2 stolen bases so far this year. Has not been caught. Oakland 10th the American League in that category. Coco Crisp leads the team with 9. Gentry second with 8.
Throw over the first base just to make sure Punto's aware, paying attention to him.
One on the way. Breaking ball almost gets him. It's 2-1.
It almost sounded like he hit him. Clearly didn't get him. Sharp breaking ball.
Gentry, a very difficult guy to double up unless he hits a rocket right at somebody. Outfield straight around. No Mike Trout to start this game. Upper back tightness. Scratch from the starting lineup of Gentry. Loops it foul. And it's 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Still may be available later in the game, Mike Trout, if it loosens up.
Two now. Gentry a swing and a miss. The guy in wanted to fire down to first base. Ball popped out of his glove. 2 down now.
Good breaking ball from Skaggs.
Now batting shortstop.
No question, Iannetta was going to try to backpick Punto.
So it's Jed Lowry at the plate. Man on with 2 outs now. Lowry a walk in the first. No official at bat for him. Second season now with Oakland. Involved in a deal prior to last year. Chris Carter trade with Houston. Oakland, by the way, finally lost today. Had a 7-game winning streak the Astros did.
Pretty amazing.
Yeah, Orioles took them down 4-1. Here it's scoreless, bottom of the third. Angels had a lot of opportunities in the first 2 innings as Tyler throws on to first again. And when you throw to first base here, you have got to be careful. Otherwise, you miss over there. You're probably gifting 2 bases with all the space there is in foul territory.
As soon as that throw was going over to first base, Cole Calhoun started sprinting towards the foul line.
As a first baseman, unless the ball's right on the bag and you've got a chance to swipe tag, you don't even bother. Just catch it, throw it back.
Yep.
Out back. 0-2. Lowry had a pitch and drive there. Halos in the fourth inning will have Crone, Ionette, and Calhoun to face Tommy Malone. Retired the Angels in order for the first time in the third inning. Skaggs about to throw his 47th pitch. Here's the 0-2. Almost got him to chase. You like that pitch?
Yeah. That's always my favorite spot to miss with. Because now, as a hitter, Lowry's got to think, is he going to go back out with a fastball? Is he going to throw a breaking ball down and in? Instead, when you throw that up and in fastball, then you're definitely going to track something away after that. You want to have both sides of the plate in the batter's mind if you're on the mound right now.
Now the curveball's been pretty good tonight for him. He also has a changeup. He's occasionally thrown.
Throw over the first base.
And they got Punto picked off. Right in a second, and Punto is thrown out. Nice play by Howie Kendrick. That's how the third comes to an end. We'll head to the fourth inning. Scoreless here at the Coliseum in Oakland. A low throw over to Howie Kendrick. Looked like Howie maybe slipped.
And then Punto, the cleats caught in the dirt. The tag is applied before Punto even stepped on the base. Finally did. Then falls over Howie. That was pretty interesting play there also.
Yeah. C.J. Crone looks at his strike. Because remember, now you actually, with replay, have to apply a tag.
Yes.
No more sweep tag, assuming that the ball beats you and it's an automatic out. Crone rifles one out to left field. Cespedes moving back, makes the catch. And there's the first out here, the fourth. Folks, now's the perfect time to reserve a suite rental during the season. Suites offer 12 to 36 guests the opportunity to enjoy the game in an intimate and luxurious atmosphere. Suite rentals offer all-inclusive food and non-alcoholic beverage options. To reserve your suite, just call 888-796-HALO or log on at angels.com/suites.
You sell that one very well, by the way. Like, C.J. Crone has hit the ball hard twice. There's nothing to show for it. A well-hit ground ball to short, and then that rocket to left field. He is strong. Even out in front, he hit that ball extremely hard.
Netta takes the breaking ball downstairs. That is now 4 in a row retired by Malone since Cole Calhoun was thrown out at the plate to end the second. Netta swings through the off-speed pitch. 1 ball, 1 strike. Chris led off the second with a single. Moved to second on a single by Calhoun and then was thrown out by Cespedes. The first base runner that Cespedes threw out at the plate in the second. This is a cute foul. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Well, was close to getting the jersey. Leaning out over the plate. Threw that cut fastball in. That's a good pitch from Malone. Wants to open up that outer part of the plate.
Full count. For Malone, this is his 9th start of his career against the Angels. 5-2 record, a 4.17 ERA. He's given up 7 home runs. 8 starts. And there's a walk. Good plate appearance there by Iannetta. First free pass issued by the left-hander. Puts a man on for Cole. Calhoun with a base hit in the second.
Cole Calhoun.
Let's see Cole back in that leadoff spot tomorrow afternoon.
Hands full tomorrow with Sonny Gray on the mound. Jared Weaver on the hill for the Angels, the finale of this 3-game set. Looks at a breaking ball that just misses low. Last pitch by Malone, the 56th that he has thrown. 34 strikes, 2 punch outs and a walk, 6 hits allowed. Iannetta with the walk stands at first. Chopper to the right side. Blanks can't get it. It'll be a foot race with Malone covering, and there's not much Punto could do. Trying to lead Tommy Malone.
And with that throw, Malone sensed that Calhoun was going to be right at him and not reach up to catch that one. That's one of those plays, too, as a first baseman. You have to stay your ground. Malone knew if he reaches out, there's going to be a collision at first base.
Cole gets credit for a base hit, his second of the ball game. Interesting, though, that Punto tried to throw off balance to lead him as opposed to maybe setting his feet a little bit more so. Would have been a close play. Malone was covering. He was there.
Slightly a little bit late because he's a left-handed thrower. He's going to fall towards third base and then make his way over towards the base.
So the Angels with 2 men on, 1 out. Here's Colin Cowgill, who singled in the second.
A similar situation. The 2 on.
Don't hit it to left. Don't want to hit it to right either.
No. Like we said, just hit it out of the ballpark.
Both corner outfielders for the Oakland
make a
A's
catch.
are fantastic as far as their arms are concerned.
And Gentry has a strong throwing arm himself, slightly above average in center.
2 balls, no strikes.
Now, good hitters count here for Cowgill. You're just looking, as a hitter right now, you're looking for middle of the plate, thigh high, to hit the ball into the alley. Don't chase a pitcher's pitch now. You're in position to look for a certain zone.
Big alley out in left center field. Gentry, the center fielder, shading Cowgill the opposite way. Top of the order, Nybar on deck. Cowgill hammers one out to deep left field. Cespedes going back on this one. That is gone. Big fly for Colin Cowgill. 3-0 Angels.
We said let a fan catch it. Well, that baseball was covered. Boy, did he send her in on a spot and did the damage right in the heart of the plate. The leverage and threw the baseball, got the underside. Crushed that ball out.
Third home run of the year for Colin Cowgill. Now with 12 runs batted in. Eric Ibar shows bunt, takes it down low.
That's how you avoid those outfield arms.
He heeded our advice.
Yes.
It worked. 61st home run hit by the Angels this season.
First for Cowgill since 25th of April against the Yankees.
And that is ripped past Donaldson toward the corner. Ibar looking to get to second base. Cespedes will play and get it back in. And Ibar has his second hit of the ball game, a double down the left field line.
9 hits now in the game for the Halos. It's going to be a visit now for Kurt Young. Break down the line. Hit well by Ibar.
There's some chants out on the left field bleachers of throw it back. That's the home run ball by Cowgill. I wonder if it's an Angel fan. That's the only fan out there. A double by Eric, his 13th of the year. Multi-hit game for him. And
threw it in.
yeah, and finally guilted him.
Oh, that was a pretty good arm out left field, too.
Number 10, Grant Reed.
There's Grant Green. 1 for 2, a fielder's choice and a single. Looks like the A's might start getting some action going in their bullpen. And that is pulled and gloved by Donaldson. Flips it to second. Double play. What a play by Josh Donaldson. It ends the Angels' fourth, and there's nothing Eric Ibar can do.
There's nothing he can do. He's thinking in terms of getting it, scoring down that line. You can't hit a ball any harder, but Donaldson's serious hops. Not only makes the play, but a quick throw to second. AT&T Uverse Rewind. Tyler Skaggs has been on his game tonight. He's had a very good breaking ball. His fastball command has been solid, getting ahead of the count consistently in this game. He's faced 11 batters, 10 first pitch strikes, and when you do that, you get hitters to expand their strike zone. You get swing and misses on that very good breaking ball from Tyler Skaggs.
He'll face 2, 3, and 4. Lowry, Donaldson, Cespedes here in the fourth with a 3-0 lead. Lowry was at the plate when Punto was picked off to end the third inning. First one in for a strike. Lowry with a walk in the first. 2 free passes issued by Tyler. Three-run home run for Colin Cowgill. Put the Angels up. Towards second. Now he's got it. May have been more if Donaldson doesn't rob Grant Green. He robbed Eric Ibar of extra bases last night.
Well, when you think of this game, the Angels could have about 7 or 8 runs already. The defense from Oakland in this game, throws from Cespedes, and what a play by Donaldson. That's a run, another double, and still only 1 out.
They've committed 1 error tonight. As a matter of fact, something that Oakland, for the most part, they play a pretty solid defense, but they've committed 38 errors this year. The start of the day, 4th most in the American League. Doesn't show it tonight, that's for sure. The interesting thing about those 38 errors, though, only 12 unearned runs.
Their pitchers are picking them up when they make a mistake. That is so important.
That is the 3rd fewest in the American League. One out to Donaldson. Takes inside. Strikeout victim in the first. A little bit high. Three-one count with Cespedes on deck. 9 hits tonight, all belonging to the Angels. And there's a 4-pitch walk. Donaldson picking up his 33rd walk of the year. Easily pacing the Oakland Athletics. Cespedes popped out. Albert Pujols in the first inning. Got the job done defensively, that's for sure. One. They get an update on Josh Hamilton, by the way, and that rehab start tonight. So far, he lined out in the 6th inning, 2 for 4 tonight. And his rehab assignment overall, 6 for 12 with a couple of doubles. This one's hammered to left. That'll go to the corner. Green plays the carom, barehanded, fires it in. It's a double for Cespedes. Donaldson stops at third. Cespedes with his first hit of the series, first hit of the ball game. And the Oakland A's with runners at second and third here. Derek Norris up.
Breaking ball is off the plate into the zone where Cespedes is able to turn on it. Breaking ball to Cespedes, you throw that on the outside part of the plate because that swing is conducive to a breaking ball down and in.
Yep. 15th double of the year. Netta will talk things over with Skaggs. We'd like to have that Donaldson plate appearance back. Now, you retire the first guy. You know, if you make a mistake to Donaldson, now you live with it. But to just put on a base runner with Cespedes coming up, open up a can of worms.
Yeah, I mean, you just want to have your opponent continue to think that we're facing a guy that's not only throwing a lot of first pitch strikes, but he's spotting every one of his pitches where he wants to throw it.
Norris lines one out to left field. Grant Green's coming in. He'll make the catch, tagging and trying to score. Is Donaldson. The throw to the plate is not in time. Donaldson Safe at the plate, according to Brian Knight.
That's a real close play.
Mike
Scioscia might want to check that. That's a pretty good throw from Green. Looked like Donaldson probably got his hand in, though. Yeah, good slide by Donaldson. Boy, back in the day, though, as of last year, a catcher can have that whole path blocked, and it makes it very difficult for a base runner to slide head first and be able to get the back part of that plate. But Iannetta, knowing that he has to give at least part of that plate a clear path for the runner, Donaldson scores.
Great pitch on the hands of Norris. He picks up his 25th RBI. As Oakland gets one of those runs back. Here's Alberto Callaspo lined out to David Freese, his first time up. And Alberto looks at a breaking pitch for a strike. Cespedes over at second base with 2 outs. Second ball, little dribbler on the third base side, fielded by Skaggs. That'll do it for Oakland here in the fourth.
Excellent fielding play by Skaggs. Not only fields it, but he got himself in good throwing position to throw out Callaspo first.
We'll head to the 5th with the Halos on top 3-1. Got 500L. Visit FiatUSA.com. Buy Time Warner Cable. Enjoy better. Call 1-855-1-TWC. Buy the new fun-to-drive 2014 Camry at your Toyota dealer today. We make it easy. And by AT&T, mobilizing your world. Beautiful sunset here in the Bay Area. San Francisco, of course, off in the distance there. Beautiful day here in the Bay. The odd Saturday night game here at the O.co Coliseum. Angels on top 3-1 as we begin the 5th.
Gave us an opportunity to hang out with our families and show them San Francisco today, though.
Kids got a kick out of Pier 39.
Yes.
And we found the Full House.
Yes.
That was on the bucket list.
Yes.
And she finally got a picture. The all-important Full House.
Oh, there's no question.
I had no idea what it looked like. Good old Google.
Yeah. Jesse would be happy.
Oh, I'm sure. Albert, 1 for 2. A single and a ground out. He shoots one out toward right center field. Rennick moving back on it. And makes a catch on the track for the first out.
Tomorrow afternoon, there's a good chance that ball's out of the yard.
Yep. You've mentioned a number of times since they built that monstrosity out in center field that they call Mount Davis. How different this ballpark plays compared to when you first came up.
Yeah, I mean, you had a chance with this. It went a lot further when there was no giant construction up there.
Yeah,
be the best way to say it. That ball had no chance getting close to the warning track this time of night.
home of the Oakland Raiders as well. And it is about time that this franchise gets a new ballpark. I think it's only fair to the team, fan base.
No question.
And it's been a long time coming. 1-2. Or pardon me, 2 balls and a strike on David Freese. They've tried to make some upgrades to this ballpark. Work out a lease extension. Chopper to third. Donaldson has it. 2 down. Before Howie Kendrick steps to the plate, we'll take a look at our in-game box score presented by Infinity. Multi-hit game for Calhoun, Cowgill, and Ibar. That's 8, 9, and 1 for the Halos tonight.
Yeah, a lot of hits, but except for in that middle part of the lineup, although C.J. Cron hit the ball well, even Howie, his last at-bat, hit the ball very well to right field that Reddick was able to run down. Some real good at-bats the entire game for the Angels against Tommy Milone.
Angels 4 for 9 with the bases, or with men on scoring position, I should say. But have had 2 base runners thrown out at the plate. Kendrick is 0 for 2. A pop to second, a fly ball to right.
Well, there was a time, though, this place used to be packed when the Bash brothers were here. Jose Canseco and Mark McGuire before Mount Davis was built. Ricky Henderson, Dave Henderson, Dave Stewart.
A lot of Daves.
Yeah. A lot of wins, too.
That was post Dave Kingman, too.
Yes.
Dave LaPointe make it here?
Walt Weiss, now the manager of the Colorado Rockies.
One of the rookies of the year. Ground ball to short. Jed Lowry has it. Tommy Milone has himself a 1-2-3-5. We'll head to the bottom of the inning. Still 3-1 Angels. Every strikeout, every game ender, and every history-making moment on MLB Whip Around, weeknights at 7 p.m. Pacific on Fox Sports 1 and streaming live on Fox Sports Go.
Tyler Skaggs finished off that inning with a whip around throw to first base.
Oh, I see you working. Yeah. Here in the bottom of the 5th inning, it'll be the bottom third of the order. Blanks, Reddick, and Punto. Kyle Blanks, the first baseman, struck out his first time up as Tyler misses upstairs. 5 strikeouts, 3 walks for Skaggs. 1 hit allowed. That was the double by Cespedes in the 4th. Off speed upstairs. 2 balls and a strike. Blank started the season at AAA El Paso with the Padres organization, recalled on the 5th of May. And then sent over to Oakland May 15th. Fouled back. 2 balls, 2 strikes. He's hitting .265 at AAA this year. 9 home runs, 20 runs batted in.
We were consistently waiting for him to develop in the Padre organization. He's going to be a cornerstone as far as a power threat for San Diego.
He's not small. Looming presence in that batter's box as that pitch misses outside, a full count. 42nd round pick by the Padres in 04. Listed at 6'6", 265. 3-2. And he walked him. Well, the last thing you want to do is gift base runners here. A 2-run lead, especially to start an inning. That's the 4th walk now by Tyler to go with the 5 strikeouts.
An unusual thing, he actually threw a first pitch ball. He's faced 17 batters. It's the 3rd batter. He's thrown one out of the strike zone.
There's Raddick, popped out to short. Takes off the plate. Jab of shallow right field. Kendrick going at Calhoun coming in, and it's Cole Calhoun making the catch. 1 down.
That's a tough play.
Yeah. Bermuda Triangle out there.
Fortunate enough, it was hit high enough to allow Calhoun, who plays a deep right field, especially with Reddick up, a long, long way.
There's Nick Punto. Walked into 3rd. Eventually picked off to end that 3rd inning. Fouled back. A little bit late on that fastball. Punto got his first taste of big league life back in 2001. Remember the Fighting Phils. So by definition, that makes him your guy.
Yes, Fighting Phil.
21st round pick by the Phillies back in '98.
Oh, a great location. Backdoor slider. Skaggs.
I'm looking up the numbers for older players to see some of the old minor league towns. Some that are still in existence. Some of Batavia, Quad Cities. Long time.
Remember
A-ball affiliate for the Angels.
Great pitch.
Yeah. Tyler looked by his body language, looked like he wanted that one. 1 and 2.
I think by the discussion in the Angel Club dugout, they thought it was a strike also. Just off the corner.
Blanks over at first base via the walk. 1-2, a swing and a miss. A nasty pitch down.
Well, he went backdoor in the breaking ball, followed up with a hard breaking ball down and in. Get the swing and miss. Good sequence by Skaggs. Sharp slider.
Now batting in center fielder, number 3, Ray Gentry.
So 2 outs in top of the order. Craig Gentry at the plate. Twice has struck out against Skaggs. Tyler 70 pitches, 41 for strikes. This one's ripped into left field, a base hit. Jumping on that first pitch, so Gentry is on board for the first time tonight. Oakland with a couple of men on and 2 outs.
Yeah, Gentry didn't want to have to swing at that breaking ball again against Skaggs. Twice struck out. This time got a fastball, went right after it, got a base hit. You have a pitcher throwing a lot of first pitch strikes. Tendency to be more aggressive if you're a hitter. You don't want to be behind in the count.
Second hit of the night for the Oakland Athletics. Double by Cespedes in the 4th. A single down by Gentry here in the 5th. Very slow-paced game for a 3-1 game. Lowry takes up and away. A shortstop walking the first, grounded out to Howie Kendrick in the 4th inning. Well, with us when we started this broadcast, the Angels did designate for Simon Wade LeBlanc, who pitched 6 1/3 innings last night. Called up Jared Grew, longtime minor leaguer. He's rolled foul. It's 1-1. This would be his first taste of big league life. Should he get into a game? The Angels needed some depth in that bullpen because of the game last night.
Seen an impending move somewhere soon here with Josh Hamilton. He'll be back either tomorrow or certainly by Tuesday in Houston.
You know, the guys that you would think would be, well, because of options, because of age, would be on the move and certainly done their job. Grant Green, C.J. Cron, the offensive side. Now he fouls it back 1-2 now.
Ooh, a mistake pitch by Skaggs. You can see his reaction. Got away with it. Lowry hit that one straight back.
Blanks at second and Gentry at first. 3-1 Angels here in the 5th. Breaking ball chopped to Pujols. He'll take it himself.
Nice recovery by Skaggs. Hit that weak ground ball to Albert Pujols to finish off the inning.
5 in the books here at the Coliseum. 3-1 Angels.
Over game summary. One swing of the bat by Colin Cowgill. Way out of here. 3-run home run into the Halos. the 3-0 lead, and then Tyler Skaggs has been outstanding through 5 innings. Using his fastball, get ahead of the counts, and finish him off with that nasty breaking ball, whether it's his curveball or slider. Swing and miss. The Halos lead this one 3-1.
Tommy Milone back to work. He'll face Cronine and Calhoun here in the 6th inning. Coming off a second 1-2-3 inning. As a matter of fact, the 2 innings in which he's retired the sign and order have been the same guys. Pujols, Freese, and Kendrick in the 3rd and the 5th. TJ 0 for 2, having hit the ball hard twice, nothing to show for it.
Boy, for a young hitter, though, he looks like he has a pretty good game plan, what he wants to do when he gets in that batter's box.
He really does. As Oakland starts to get action in their bullpen, Fernando Rodriguez, first man up. And that is skied out the left center field. A towering shot. Back to the wall is Gentry, and he will make the catch. 1 down.
Boy, 3 good at-bats and nothing to show for it. But again, he has an idea and a plan when he gets in that batter's box. He just missed that one. The stride, the side of the baseball, that is way out tomorrow afternoon.
Just hit it too high tonight. There's Chris Iannetta. He's been on board twice with a single and a walk. He's also scored a run. '78th pitch for Tommy Milone tonight. Two and one. Longest downing for the left-hander. 8 innings. That was against the Nationals on May the 9th. 6 2/3 the last time out. And that was against the Tigers. Picked up the victory, allowing no runs on 4 hits. Chris trying to hold up, couldn't. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Milone tonight, 2 strikeouts, 1 walk. Hits allowed. Home run by Colin Cowgill, scoring for the Angels. Calhoun on deck. Bottom third of the order for the Angels, 5 for 5. They've been on board 6 times with a walk. And Iannetta is out number 2 here in the 6th. First time that bottom third of the order has been retired.
Pitch before was a high fastball, came right back with another fastball. A lot of times when you have a high fastball like that as a hitter, you're looking to change up. Instead, Milone threw a fastball by Chris Iannetta.
Cole 2 for 2 with a couple of singles and a run scored. No balls and 2 strikes. Well, since that double by Eric Ibar in the 4th inning, Milone has now retired 6 in a row, and that includes that double play ball that Donaldson started on the liner by Grant Green. Terrific play by the A's third baseman. That is hammered out toward right. Reddick giving chase, still running back, twisting around, makes the catch up against the wall. An interesting route. But he ends up tracking it down for the 3rd out as we head to the bottom of the 6th here at the Coliseum. Still 3-1 Angels. Let's take a look at our standings in the American League West, presented by Kia. Oakland Athletics with a 33-22 record at the start of the day sit atop the division. The Angels with an opportunity to shave off a game if they're able to hold on tonight. Texas lost. Houston lost. Seattle and Detroit battling each other. It's 3-1 Seattle up at Safeco Field.
Going to be a great race the entire year in this AL West.
3, 4, and 5. Donaldson, Cespedes, and Norris here against Skaggs. Donaldson 0 for 1, a strikeout, a walk, and a run scored. 1-1.
Some good velocity on the fastball tonight for Tyler.
Wind seems to have picked up just a little bit here, swirling around in this Coliseum as it always does. A good breaking ball down and in, 1-2.
That's what he got him out the first at bat.
Skaggs is 1-2. Swing and a miss. Down goes Donaldson. And there's out number 1. 7th strikeout of the night. Hey, folks, a 24-14 All-Star game. July 15th at Target Field in Minneapolis. Be sure to vote for your favorite Angels. Whether it's Albert, Howie, Eric, Trout, doesn't matter. Vote them in for this year's Midsummer Classic. For more info, just log on at angels.com. I believe you can still vote, what is it, up to 25 times online?
Yes.
Here's Cespedes, who doubled his last time up. First hit of the series for him. Going 0 for 5 yesterday, 1 for 2 tonight. We'll look at a strike.
What a great spot from Skaggs. He's really done a nice job as far as throwing first pitch strikes, especially exactly where he wants to throw it. Look, he might throw a changeup there. He's faced 23 batters, 17 first pitch strikes. Seven punch outs in the game so far. Last game out for Skaggs, season high as an Angel with 8. Career high of 9.
Here's the 0-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. With that breaking ball down and in that Cespedes got and hooked into the left field corner in that 4th inning plate appearance.
That's why he tried to throw that breaking ball in the outside corner. That's what I think you have to do.
Ground ball to short. Ibar has it. 2 down.
Wait, just looking at his stance, Cespedes, he's already has that front hip open. He's looking for something on the inner half. Even though he grounded out on that one, he still tracked that breaking ball well. You almost had to bounce it, or if you throw him a breaking ball, make sure it's away.
You know, his first year, a couple of seasons ago, he was lining a lot of things every which way, whether it's just to the pull side or even the opposite field. Last year, the average dipped down. Power number's still there, RBI still there, but the average plummeted, and it's plummeted again this year. Becoming kind of a one-zone type of hitter. There's Derek Norris, who conversely continues to evolve as a hitter. That pitch apparently missed down low. Oh for 1 tonight with a strikeout. Had a sac fly in the 4th inning, picking up his 25th run batted in. 2 balls, no strikes. Halos with 3 runs. That was Colin Cowgill with a 3-run shot in the 4th inning. 3rd home run. A sac fly for Oakland in the 4th inning. But they're 1 run. Angels with 9 hits. Oakland with 2. Two and 1.
Very similar to the first pitch in this sequence against Norris, who's called a ball.
Well, if you establish that one side of the plate early in the ball game, it opens up the strike zone. It opens up 4 quadrants of the strike zone for you.
No question.
I mean, you got a 2-1 count, a hitter that's done a heck of a job this year, and he swung at a pitch that was up and away from him. Fouled it off to the right. Breaking ball. And a full count.
Just a little bit high. Exactly right, because he's not looking for a certain spot, because Tyler's been able to establish everywhere he wants to throw a pitch in this game in the strike zone.
And he lays off the hard breaking ball, and it's a 2-out walk, and that's the 5th issued by Skaggs.
No, conveniently wild at times, although he has gotten ahead of most of the counts.
Number 18,
It's going to force Mike Socha to go to the bullpen at some point here now, because the amount of pitches thrown now at 89.
Kayaspo will bat here. First one in for a strike. The 5 walks issued tonight matches a career high for Tyler Skaggs. He's done it 2 other times. First time he did it August 22nd against the Marlins. That was in 2012. And then last year, as a member of the Diamondbacks against the Padres in July. Angels in the 7th inning will have 9-1-2 coming up. And more than likely won't see Tommy Malone as action continues in the Oakland A's bullpen. Rodriguez was up, and now Dan Otero is playing catch. Ground ball to second. Howie comes in, fields the soft ground ball. We'll head to the 7th here at the Coliseum with the Angels leading it 3-1.
3-1 here in the top of the 7th inning, in between innings. Hall of Famer race, Ricky Henderson. The Yak had an early lead, but then Raleigh fingers down the stretch he goes. He pulls off the victory on the celebration of the 74 World Series team. Again, feeling it up there, closing it out for the closer.
For the second consecutive night, Raleigh figures saying, tonight, I am the greatest of all time.
Ricky had a significant lead.
What have you done for me lately,
Yes.
Ricky?
He lost that number.
Yeah, Tommy Malone is done after 6th inning. It's our in and out, who's in, who's out. Fernando Rodriguez takes over on the mound, and he'll be facing 9-1-2 for the Angels.
6th game of the year, 1.29 ERA, fastball 92-96. Cut fastball, curveball, very good curveball, occasional changeup.
Colin Cowgill to lead things off for the Halos here in the 7th inning. Rodriguez came over in that trade. We were talking about the Jet Lowry deal with the Houston Astros prior to last year. 29-year-old, native of El Paso, Texas, soon to be 30 years of age. Out all of last year at the UCL operation on the collateral ligament. This one pulled through the left side. Colin Cowgill have a game, a 3-hit affair.
Former Oakland A. Knows the stadium well. Big game for Cowgill.
Number 2.
Fernando, of course, coming up at the Angels organization. 18th round pick back in 2003. Got one game in the big leagues. As a member of the Angels, that was back in 2009. Last pitch with Houston, 2012, 71 games for the Astros, 2-10 record of 5.37 ERA.
Maybe a drag bunt here.
This one's fouled off the left. Ibar spins around, hit from the left side for the first time. 2 for 3 tonight. Single and a double. Also struck out.
Serious production from your leadoff hitter and your number 9 hitter.
Little chopper to the right side. It's going to be tough to turn 2. They do get the lead runner. Cowgill retired for round number 1.
Well, now you got to believe with Eric Ibar at first base, you got to try to manufacture
Number
whether
10,
it's a straight steal or a hit and run. Slow roller, but Punto gets it, fields quickly, throws the Lowry, gets the force out at second base to prevent Cowgill from being scoring position.
There's Grant Green. 1 for 3 game, although robbed by Donaldson in the 4th. Potential extra bases. This one shot to right. Reddick is there. 2 down. There will be no manufacturing of runs in this inning.
Number 5, Albert Pujols.
As Pujols will step to the plate. 2 outs, and Ibar standing at first. I was thinking kind of along with you, too. Once Cowgill got on board, take your chance.
Yeah, you're just trying to get that extra run or 2.
Bunt or hit and run.
Yes.
Start something.
Put some pressure on him.
Albert 1 for 3 with a single back in the first. Fly ball to right the last time up. That was in the 5th. And that is hammered out toward left center field. Cespedes got a good jump on it. He will make the catch. Nothing happening for the Halos here in the 7th. We'll head to the bottom of the 7th inning. Still 3-1 Angels. chilly. 3-1 Halos here in the bottom of the 7th. Now it's time for the AT&T Fan Photo of the Game. Remember to tweet your photos using hashtag WestFanPhoto, and your photo could be used in an upcoming broadcast. Is it the Full House house? No, it's not. Annie. Great pick.
Yes.
Beautiful dog. Tyler Skaggs back
The
down
old
the mound.
Full House house.
Kyle Blanks hammers one out to left center field. Grant Green pulls up. That is gone. Leadoff home run for Kyle Blanks, and it's a one-run game, 3-2 Angels. Blanks with his second home run of the year.
6th home run that Tyler Skaggs has allowed. I see some action going on down in the bullpen right now. Jumped on a fastball. The leverage. Compact swing for Blanks. There were 362 signed.
Third hit allowed by Skaggs.
So we
This
might see
one
a
draws
pinch hitter
hitters within a
for
run.
Reddick. Coco Crisp.
Yep.
Your attention, please.
Oakland looking for base runners. The Angels have had plenty of them.
Ladies and gentlemen, for the Athletics,
Coco will bat here for Reddick, who ends up going 0 for 2.
Coco Crisp.
Mike Butcher's going to make the slow walk out there and allow Joe Smith to get ready. Coco got the start last night in center field. Ended up going 2 for 5. Did pick up an RBI as he walked with the bases loaded in the first inning. Crisp this year hitting .253 in 42 games, 3 home runs, 15 runs batted in. 0 for 2 as a pinch hitter. From the right side, .222, from the left, .267. Freeze playing in over at third base. Nobody out here this 7th. Pujols doing the same over at first. One on the way. Breaking ball out toward the alley in left center field, and that'll fall in for a hit. Cowgill cuts it off, fires it back in. Chris stops it first.
What a play by Cowgill. Huge play. Otherwise, you have Crisp in scoring position. A big game with the bat, but that's a great play defensively. Cuts that one off and spins it. Those a perfect throw into second base. If Coco goes, he's going to be thrown out. Talked about him defensively tonight. The ground he's going to have to cover in center field. Well, that was in left center field. Cuts it off.
So Crisp on board. He is the team leader in stolen bases with 9.
Second baseman, number 1.
Nobody out here the 7th. Blanks the leadoff home run. Now the pinch hit for Crisp. And Nick Punto will come to the plate. You figure he would be bunting in this situation.
No question. Might see Skaggs, before he throws a pitch, step off the pitching rubber just to see if there's any indication that he will square around. Well, if you're David Freese, you got to move in.
A walk and a strikeout for Punto. It's a 0 for 1. Shows bunt. Pulls the bat back, and it's 1 ball, no strikes. He was trying to push bunt that toward the right side. Mike Gallego will give him the signs again. Something that you brought up in the 7th that the Angels probably should have done to try to get some insurance.
And it's that 1 or 2 extra runs especially here in this yard against Oakland.
One ball, one strike. Well, if this game goes awry for the Angels, it will not have been because of a lack of execution in the 7th inning. It'll be the lack of execution in the first 2 innings by this team. 6 hits. Getting a couple of men thrown out at the plate as well. But that base loaded no out situation, the first, still looms in this one. As Malone lasted 6 innings, allowed 3 runs on 9 hits. One pitch, not bunting. And boy, if he doesn't swing at that ball, I think that hits him.
There's no question it's going to hit him. The back foot more than likely. Back into the curveball.
Step off. Smith ready to go. He's just looking on in the Angels' pen. Craig Gentry, the leadoff man, is on deck. Maybe the Gentry will go to right. Chris going to center. Ground ball through the right side. A base hit, a slow breaking ball. Boy, he kind of did him a favor there. And there are 2 men on here. 3 straight hits, and that may be all for Tyler Skaggs.
Mike Socha's going to come out, especially a right-handed batter.
So the home run by Blanks, the pinch hit by Crisp, now a single by Nick Punto. Not only is the tying run in scoring position, the go-ahead run at first base. It'll be Joe Smith being summoned in from the Angels' pen. Nobody out here the 7th. Angels clinging to a 1-run lead. With nobody out here the 7th inning, go with the leadoff home run to Kyle Blanks and back-to-back hits to Crispin Punto. 99 pitches for Tyler, who had allowed just 2 hits coming into the 7th inning. And he'll depart with runners at first and second as Joe Smith takes over on the mound.
It's one of those tough spots, too, because you're dealing with a guy with very good speed at the plate. Might be asked to bunt here. There's speed on the bases, too. A lot of speed at second base with Coco Chris. Maybe take a turn to step off and try to pick him off at second also.
Punto, the trail runner at first. Gentry does spin around a show bunt. A center fielder tonight, getting to start in that leadoff spot, 1 for 3. He singled in the 5th. 2 strikeouts against Skaggs. Tyler striking out 7, walking 5. Here's the first one. Gentry bunts it on the first base shot. Iannetta's going to have a tough play. Fires the first, and they get him. Sacrifice advances Chris to third, and now Punto to second. Pretty good bunt by Craig Gentry.
And with that speed he has, too, it's going to force you to make a very good play. And that's a tough thing, especially when you're facing a guy like Joe Smith to get a bunt down. Because that movement and the angle he came at.
Number 8, Jed Lowry.
Intentional walk coming here to Jed Lowry to face Josh Donaldson.
Set up a righty scenario, looking for a double play or a potential force play at the plate. Righty's hitting 171 versus Joe Smith. Lefty's 244.
Now batting, third baseman, number 20.
Donaldson 2 for 4 in his career against Joe Smith.
Grounding into 4 double plays this season.
Donaldson tonight 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts and a walk. He's also scored a run. There's the first one. Donaldson taps it foul. And it's no balls and 1 strike. And correct me if I'm wrong with that pitch right there. Perhaps you've opened up that hard sinker down and in on Donaldson.
Yeah, and if you're David Freese, you have to be ready to field a ground ball at you now at third base, especially with that sink down and in action for a 5-4-3 double play potentially. And he tried it.
1 ball, 1 strike. Crisp at third, Punto at second, Lowry at first. 3-2 Angels here in the 7th. 1 out. Calgill very deep in center field. Check swing foul, 1-2. Calhoun perhaps not as deep as normal in right field. Green in normal depth and left. Pujols playing near the cut of the grass at first. Smith ready, the 1-2. Little chopper towards second base. Going to be tough to turn a double play. And we are tied through. Donaldson gets credit for an RBI, his 46th of the year. 2 outs. So second and third now with 2 down. A 3-3 tie. And here's Yoenis Cespedes. Good pitch by Smith. Not much you could do in that situation.
I mean, he made a perfect pitch.
Cespedes looks at a strike.
He had a product of a hitter who's done a very good job with runners in scoring position. Has hit the ball in the middle part of the infield, and it was able to score the run.
Cespedes 2 for 7 in his career against Joe Smith. 1 for 3 tonight. He doubled in the 4th. No 2 count. 0-2 on the way. Boy, jammed him. Good pitch. Good location. Count remains at 0-2. Halos in the 8th inning will have Freese, Kendrick, and Crone coming up. Smith still trying to get the Angels out of their 7th inning. 2 runs in. The Blanks home run and Donaldson RBI ground down with the bases loaded to tie this score up. Now Iannetta wants time. Another 0-2. Takes outside. 1-2.
Good miss, though. Now you get a couple options. Sweeping slider off the outside corner, or the run that two-seamer off the plate inside.
Went back in.
That's why that pitch before was such an effective pitch for Joe Smith, just off the outside corner.
Cespedes rifles one out to right field. Calhoun moving over, reaches up, can't get it. Off his glove, it'll bring in 2. Cespedes rounding second, trying to go to third, and he is in there with a 2 RBI triple. 5-3 A's.
Fastball of a zombie allowed him to get his arms extended. And Calhoun tries to leap up, but just off the glove. Cespedes cruising around with that speed, his 3rd triple of the season.
Picks up his 2nd extra base hit of the ball game, and his 33rd and 34th runs batted in. So what was once a 3-2 Angels lead is now a 5-3 deficit. There's Derek Norris, and the first one misses in. Norris a strikeout, a sac fly, and a walk. Luke Gregerson now begins to warm up for the Oakland A's. He will be pitching the 8th. Two balls, no strikes. Two and one. Lost in all this was a good start by Tyler Skaggs until this 7th inning. It just kind of snowballed on him. First pitch fastball to Kyle Blanks to start off the inning. A home run over the fence in left center field for Blanks' 2nd of the year. A single by Coco Crisp. Punto with 2 strikes. A hanging breaking ball he punched to right, and that was it for Tyler. Three and one. It's the first hit the A's have had tonight with a man in scoring position. They made it count. A 3-1 count on Norris. Cayaspo on deck. With strike. Look on Skaggs is now closed 6 innings, 5 hits, 4 runs, all earned. 7 strikeouts and 5 walks. was a walk. So here in the 7th inning, Oakland now is batted around as Callaspo comes to the plate. 7th walk of the game for the Angels. One was intentional. That was to Lowry to load the bases up. Butcher's coming back out. Kevin Jepson begins to play catch in the Angels' pen. And you go back to what we said earlier on in this inning. Angels kind of put themselves in this situation, not capitalizing early on in this game.
And many opportunities to score early in the game. I think when you talk to Tyler tomorrow, really the only pitch he's going to probably regret is the one he threw to Nick Punto, the slow breaking ball away, because he threw that nice hard breaking ball to get a swing and miss the pitch before. He had him set up for that one. Even Blanks' home run was a pitch that was down.
Callaspo fouls off the first offering. Alberto getting to start at DH this evening. 0 for 3. A line out, a ground ball back to the mound, and ground ball to second. Cespedes with a 2 RBI triple. Snapping a 3-3 time. Stands at third. Norris over at first. 0-1. Opens up the count at 1 ball, 1 strike. Gregerson will be facing 4, 5, and 6 for the Angels. Mentioned Freeze, Kendrick, and Crone. Gregerson pitched last night. 1 and 3rd. Striking out 2. More than likely last batter for Joe Smith.
Yeah, no doubt. Pitch count getting up. Day game tomorrow also.
Three balls and a strike.
That's a sign from Solis, bullpen coach, that Jepson is ready with the tip of the hat.
Strike on the inside corner, a full count. So Norris is going to take off with the pitch from first base with 2 outs and a full count here. Pujols will play behind him with a left-handed batter up. Now the payoff. This one's jacked down the right field line, and that is a fair ball. Cespedes will score. Norris, because he got a head start, coming in, waved around. No relay thrown at 7-3. Callaspo with his 6th double. Now with 19 RBIs.
Was able to get the bat head out and break down the right field line, keeps it fair. With Norris going, scores easily.
Joe Smith is done. Responsible for the last 3 runs scored in the 7th inning. Departs with a man in scoring position. 7-3 Oakland. Scored 6 runs so far, and they've got a man in scoring position. They lead at 7-3. Kevin Jepson comes in to try to get that final out here in the 7th inning. Once upon a time here in the 7th, it was 3-2 Angels, but Oakland certainly has come to life here with 5 hits, 2 walks, sacrifice bunt, and taken advantage of it. They've gotten the knocks when they've needed them. Here's the guy that got things started for him with that home run off Tyler Skaggs. It's Kyle Blanks, the first baseman, getting the start over there at first tonight. As Moss dealing with the tightness in his calf. No balls and a strike on Blanks.
Blanks has a tough time with breaking balls. Home run, start to sitting on a fastball, and that fastball, he fouled that one straight back.
No balls, 2 strikes. Kevin pitching in his 23rd game, no record of 4.24 ERA, 17 innings, 24 strikeouts, 9 walks. And Blanks goes down swinging. And the inning comes to an end, but not before Oakland drops the 6th spot on the Halos. We will head to the 8th. It is 7-3 Oakland. That deliver inspired performance, and by Mercury Insurance. Save big on your auto insurance. Get a fast free quote at mercuryinsurance.com today to see how much you can save. Top of the 8th inning here at the Coliseum. Things have turned around, and they turned around quickly on the Halos. They trail it now by 4, 7-3 Athletics. Luke Gregerson takes over on the mound as David Freese is going to lead things off. 28th game for Gregerson. Mentioned he pitched last night, a scoreless inning in the 3rd. 1-1 record at 2.57 ERA. And as we figured, Coco Crisp stays in the game in center field. That moves Gentry over to right. David Freese over 3. Strikeout, fly ball to left, and a ground ball to 3rd. Slider in for a strike. Gregerson, a slide piece master. A lot of sliders for him.
Yeah, fastball certainly not overpowering. 86 to 89 range, but a lot of sliders, well over 45%.
Ground ball to second. Punto has it. 1 out.
Number 47, Howie Kendrick.
Howie's had himself an 0 for 3 night. And the first one on the corner. Let's go back and revisit our Hyundai key to the game.
I'll talk about here comes the hammer. They had so many opportunities early on to lay down the hammer and get that big lead, but failed to do so, especially in that first couple of innings. 6 hits, but no runs. And allowed Oakland to stick around, and then they scored 6 in the 7th.
Oh, 2 from Gregerson. Now he hits this one out to left center field. A base hit. Reaching out on that slider. So man on with 1 out, and C.J. Cron now coming into the plate.
Number 20, C.J.
C.J. might just have to hit something softly, because everything that he's hit tonight has been on the screws, but nothing to show for
It's
it.
pretty hard to believe. I mean, he can't hit baseballs any better. Nothing so far for C.J. Cron.
Fielder's choice in the first. A line out to Cespedes in the 4th. And the ball that Gentry caught at the wall in left center field his last time up. Michael Kahn getting ready. Short lead for Kendrick at first. This one's lined to right field. Gentry coming on. Makes the catch. Howie way off the bag at first. The throw is not in time.
Boy, again, another well-hit ball by C.J. Cron. Boy, when you're down by 4 runs, if you're Howie, you just got to think in terms of base to base. Fortunately enough, he was able to get underneath the tag by Blanks at first. Gentry's throw just off the line. Gets his hands in.
If the throw's on the bag, Howie's done. The double play. Raul Ibanez is going to pinch hit here for Chris Iannetta.
Your attention, please.
Iannetta finishes the night going 1 for 2, a single and a walk.
Batting for Iannetta, number 28, Raul Ibanez.
Conger will take over behind the plate. The bottom of the 8th. First one in for a strike.
C.J. Cron used the entire field tonight. Hit the ball hard to right, to center, to left, shortstop. 0 for 4 though. Just got to stay with that swing. You can't really necessarily worry about the results there. The swing is what's the most important thing, and C.J. Cron hit every ball well tonight.
Angels will have a decision to make once Josh Hamilton is eligible to come off, ready to come off the disabled list. 0-1 popped up. Donaldson moving over. And that'll do it for the Halos here on the 8th. We'll head to the bottom of the 8th inning. Still 7-3 Oakland. week 9-1 coming up for the Athletics. Here's a look at tomorrow's probables, and they are set in stone pretty much, unless something happens between now and first pitch tomorrow. Jared Weaver going for the Halos, Sonny Gray in the Battle of Aces.
Well, that's an outstanding duel right there. Well, difference in the way they go about their business. Sonny Gray, power fastball. Weaver, spotting his fastball. Outstanding secondary pitches.
Michael Kahn takes over on the mound here. 25th game for him. 2-1 record, a 1.93 ERA, pitching in back-to-back games. Pitched the 8th last night. Faced 4 batters, had 1 strikeout and 1 walk. Coco Crisp pinch hit in the 7th inning, picked up a single. That was off Tyler Skaggs from the right side of the plate. They'll take upstairs. That'll even count. Good off-speed pitch. Dan Otero getting ready now for Oakland. So he'll pitch the 9th. Fernando Rodriguez, the pitcher of record for Oakland. 1 scoreless. It's the 7th. Gregerson the 8th. Tyler Skaggs, the pitcher of record for the Angels, charged with 4 runs on 5 hits, 6 innings plus 3 batters. A 3-1 count. So leadoff man on board now with Coco Crisp.
And with that speed of Coco Crisp.
Number 1, Nick Punto.
Punto with a walk, a strikeout, and a single. He's playing in over at third base. And now the game halts with Coco at first base. Bit surprised to see Mike come in, pitch for the 2nd consecutive night in a game in which you're down by 4 runs. Mentioned earlier, Chris, the team leader, stolen bases with 9. On the inside corner. Joe Smith, by the way, went 2/3 of an inning. He was charged with 3 runs, 2 hits, 2 walks. 1 was an intentional walk. Just couldn't put Cespedes away. Got ahead of him. Able to finish it off. Cespedes hit that 2 RBI triple. 1 ball, 1 strike. So the game's still going on. One Seattle, 3-2 Mariners over the Tigers at Safeco. That game's in the 8th. Arizona getting shut out by Cincinnati and Phoenix, 5-0. Here at 7-3. 3 runs on 11 hits for the Angels. needed one big hit by Colin Cowgill to give themselves a 3-0 lead in the fourth. Oakland with one in the fourth. And then 6 in the seventh.
When you look back at this game, you see the Oakland scoring 6 in the seventh, but that play that Donaldson made in the fourth inning, that line drive that he caught by Grant Green, it doubled up Eric Ibar, who doubled after Cowgill and hit the 3-run home run. It looked like the Angels were going to really open up a big lead against the A's. Instead, it was a double play ball, not point forward. Everything was close, and they eventually able to score 6 in the seventh to take the lead. Sometimes it's not necessarily maybe a pitch or an at-bat, but a play in the field that could change the course of the game. And I still think that play by Donaldson was a huge play for Oakland.
Two balls, 2 strikes on Punto. Nobody out here in the eighth. Coco over at first base. Craig Gentry on deck. Full count. Well, Michael Kahn's consistency of throwing strikes has just gone away from him over the last 3+ weeks.
It's such a big part of the bullpen, especially early on for Mike Scioscia. Now all of a sudden, the inconsistencies with the strike zone, like you mentioned, has really slowed down his progress.
Chris more than likely will be on the move at first base. But out before Kahn checks in on him. Looks like the Angels getting action in their bullpen now. Jared Grube getting ready. Coco takes off. Punto swinging a miss to throw down. That time to get close. One down. Stolen base for Coco is 10th. There's Jared Grube, called up before the game today. First time in the big leagues. Parts of 11 years in the minor leagues. Originally in the Rockies system. Last couple of years with the Angels. Gentry takes upstairs. And to be honest with you, as I mentioned about Kahn, surprised about back-to-back games. That's who I thought the Angels would go to. The bottom of the 8th inning. Bring in Grube down by 4.
Yeah, you think that would be a strong possibility, especially with the score the way it was.
12 pitches thrown by Kahn. 8 balls, 4 strikes. Gentry 1 for 3. Base hit in the sacrifice bunt. One on the way. Gentry pulls one into left field, a base hit. Coco's being waved around. A throw from Crisp is cut off, and it's 8-3. Gentry picks up his 3rd RBI of the season. So leadoff walk comes back to haunt.
It was an elevated pitch. Gentry. Second hit.
Now batting shortstop, number 8, Jed Lowry.
Lowry, the shortstop now, stepping in. 0 for 2 tonight. 2 walks for him. Angels have issued 8 walks. 1 was intentional. Skaggs gave up 5 walks. Smith 2, 1 of which was the intentional walk, and Kahn 1 here in the 8th. Four of those walks have scored tonight. Grube is ready to go. Mike So should need him. Gentry takes off. The pitch is a strike. The throw down from Conger is into center field. Nice job by Eric Ibar to deke Craig Gentry. Otherwise, he ends up at third.
A big jump, Gentry. 9 for 9 in stolen base attempts. Got underneath. Unable to get a grip on that throw to second base from Hank Conger.
One now. 2 balls and a strike. Lowry pops it up behind the plate. Not a whole lot of room here at the Coliseum. This one will land in the seats. Three Oakland here in the bottom of the 8th. Lowry, 4th batter that Kahn has faced. 2-2. Full count. Might be his last batter as well. Josh Donaldson on deck. Reset and do it again. 3 balls and 2 strikes. And he walks Lowry. So here comes Mike. And Kahn will be done here after just going up 1/3 of an inning. 2 walks, a hit, 1 strikeout. And his command issues, which are just out of nowhere. He was going so well, and it's kind of gotten ahead of.
Been dominant too. He's gone away from even using his changeup anymore.
Jared Grube coming in to make his major league debut, and the Angels down 8-3. 5-3 Oakland with one out in the bottom of the 8th inning. Runners at first and second. It's the 32-year-old right-hander, Jared Grew, making his major league debut. Last 11 years he has spent in the minor leagues. This year at AAA Salt Lake, where he is 3-2 with a 3.52 ERA in 11 starts. Came up in the Colorado Rockies organization after being a 10th round pick back in 2004 out of the University of Memphis.
You know that adrenaline's going, the heart is beating right now for him. An opportunity to finally reach his dream.
First pitch inside, and it's 1 ball, no strikes. Donaldson, 2 strikeouts, a walk, and an RBI groundouts. He's 0 for 3 tonight. The RBI in the 7th on that groundout tied the score at that point at 3 apiece. Picking up his 46th run batted in. He's got Gentry standing at second and Lowry at first. Caught the inside corner. And it's 1 ball, 1 strike. Crude last year spent split time between AA and AAA. He's been in the Rockies, Mariners, and Angels organizations throughout his minor league career. Non-roster invitee to spring training. Donaldson rips on the third. That is out number 2.
That's the hot corner right there for David Freese. And then it had some top hand spin. Able to catch that line drive.
So it'll bring up Cespedes, who snapped that 3-3 tie with the 2 RBI triple in the 7th. 2-hit game for the Oakland A's left fielder, and also 2 outfield assists throughout 2 base runners in the 2nd inning. Identim and then Calhoun. First one outside. Last time the Angels, 2 Angels, were thrown out at home in the same inning by the same outfielder, May 18th, 1998. Against the Detroit Tigers at the Big A. Pardon me, at Tiger Stadium. This one's launched down the left field line, and that is gone. A 3-run home run for Yoenis Cespedes makes it 11-3 Athletics.
It's a double, triple, and a home run for Cespedes tonight.
Cespedes with his 10th home run of the year. A 5 RBI game. Two of these runs charged to Michael Kahn. The book closed on Michael. 1/3 of an inning, the 2 runs. Bases clear for Derek Norris. Broken bat liner to short, and that'll do it for the Athletics. But they tack on 4 more runs. We'll head to the 9th. 11-3 A's.
signals that may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of Angels Baseball LP.
Oakland opened it up in the 7th inning, tacked on 4 more in the 8th. They lead 11-3, a 5 RBI game for Yoenis Cespedes. EA's left fielder. We'll break it down for you after the game with Angels Live post game. Jose Mota will join me. Nando Abad takes over on the mound here to finish off the Angels. The Halos will have to mount one heck of a comeback against Abad, who is pitching in his 26th game, 0-2 record at 2.08 ERA.
And Abad fastball is 91 to 95. Curve changeup.
For Los Angeles, number 56, Cole Calhoun.
8-9-1 for the Angels here in the 9th. First one in for a strike. Cole tonight 2 for 3. A couple of singles and a fly ball to right. Oh, 2. Well, barring a miracle comeback here in the 9th inning, it'll be Jared Weaver tomorrow on the hill against Sonny Gray, trying to salvage the finale of this 3-game set.
Well, you got your ace on the hill tomorrow. So important to have him in that spot. 11-7 in his career versus Oakland.
Cole goes down swinging. There's out number 1. Calgill will now step to the plate.
Now batting, number 7.
The loss tonight, the Angels find themselves 3.5 back then of the Oakland Athletics. Coming into this weekend series, 1.5 back. Game in Seattle is in the 9th. Mariners leading the Tigers 3-2. Texas lost earlier. Houston lost earlier as well. Calgill's had a nice night tonight. A fine defensive play as well. Hit his 3rd home run of the year in the 4th inning. At that point, gave the Angels a 3-0 lead.
This has had some great swings the entire game. And you're right, that play he made in left center field too. At that point, looked like it might have been a game saver.
This one out to left. Cespedes comes in. 2 outs. And Eric Ibar will step up. The 2 outs and the base is clear. Multi-hit game for Ibar in that leadoff spot with a single and a double. As you pointed out last half inning, a tough go for the Angels. Situation in which they had opportunities aplenty against Tommy Malone, the starter. And it started in the 1st. Reverse of what happened last night. Oakland took advantage of a bases loaded situation with nobody out. The Angels did not.
And not to score in that 1st inning. Even though you eventually had a 3-0 lead, plenty of opportunities to score 6, 7, maybe even 8 runs at that point.
Ibar bounces this one to 3rd. Donaldson across the diamond. And the Angels drop game 2 of this 3-game series by the final of 11-3.
Boy, it's certainly a tough one, but we got to credit Oakland. They scored 6 in the 7th, 4 in the 8th to be able to pull this one off. 11-3. It just went away from the Angels late.
Fernando Rodriguez picks up the win. Tyler Skaggs takes the loss. He is now 4-3, and the Halos now 3.5 games back of the Oakland Athletics going into the finale tomorrow afternoon. Stick around. Angels Live post game is coming up next.